3 title fights on this upcoming card. Super jazzed. The first title fight on the card, we have Petr Yan taking on Aljamain Sterling. This is going to be for the bantamweight title. Who do you have here and why?
Yeah, I keep going back and forth on this fight. My heart says Aljamain. His just level of competition has been so impressive, right? Petr Yan, the only knock you can really bring against him is that he was kind of walked into the title, right? You know, he had Uriah Faber, and then he had Aldo, who was coming off a loss. And Aljamain's been fighting the top guys at 135 pounds, fight after fight for years. But sometimes, we always talk about this, sometimes you don't need, what do we say? He says, just because you haven't proven it, it doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah,
or just because you haven't done it doesn't mean you can't. Exactly. You just haven't had the opportunity yet.
So that's a hard
and
one.
I get that feeling with Petr Yan. That doesn't matter if he hasn't had the competition level that Aljamain is or has. He is a dog. I don't see Aljamain being there and giving him the troubles in the 4th and 5th round. So I think if Aljo's going to get this done, it has to be inside, I would say, 2 rounds. If it goes past 10 minutes, I think his chances of winning precipitously fall off. He's a very unorthodox striker.
Yeah.
Loves those kicks, loves different entries.
A little wild at times.
He's going to try to grapple. Petr Yan has got to be careful with those kicks because he can get caught by Aljo, and Aljo is going to look for any way to get this fight to the mat. I do, however, have a feeling that Aljamain Sterling is going to, within 2 rounds, find a scramble, get this thing to the mat. I think he's going to rear naked choke Petr Yan.
If he gets on your back, it's over.
And
He's
so
nasty on the back.
It could go either way. I have honestly no idea, but I'm just looking at all the different angles, and then one of these. This fight's so close. You just like, how do I feel?
Yeah.
Just what's in your
the
heart?
The odds are dead even
and
right now.
And my heart is Aljamain submission 2nd round.
I like it. Well, yeah, this is a tough one to call. Sterling clearly deserves this title shot. 7-1 in his last 8. Now he's won 5 straight. You mentioned on the feet, he's very unpredictable. He's got a wide array of kicks, punches. Just hard to predict what he's going to throw at you. He's got pretty great stamina. I mean, the guy's always moving, constantly in motion, constantly coming forward, constantly throwing shots. So that could give Petr Yan some problems. His grappling is his best attribute, and if he gets to your back, it's pretty much over. I feel like Petr Yan comes into this fight 15-1 as a professional. He's now 7-0 in the UFC. He's won 10 straight. Super impressive boxing. He's technical, but he's got power as well. He counters super well. He's got good takedown defense, 88% takedown defense rate. And he's a guy who is just tough as hell. You said it before. The Russian people are built different.
Dude, they are.
They just
we can never go to war with them.
No. That fight with Aldo, he took hard shots to the body, to the legs.
Yeah, Aldo looked great for 2.5 rounds, 3 rounds.
But Yan was still there. That's
what I was saying. After the 3rd round,
he's just always plotting, coming forward. He's a beast. And I think, on top of that, his other best attribute is the fact that he just doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Very technical and tight. Yeah, everything is in front of him.
There's not a lot of room for guys to capitalize on his mistakes, and he's really good at capitalizing when other guys make mistakes.
And he just whittles you down.
So, while Sterling's style on the feet, it's unorthodox and it's effective. It also can be a little wild. I mean, we saw in his last fight, or not his last fight, but in his fight with Jimmy Rivera, a couple different times he's throwing kicks and falling on his back. And while he did win, you see where there's maybe some areas where if Yan sees that, he's going to jump on that, and he's going to make him pay. So I actually think just because Yan makes so few mistakes, I think that he might be able to capitalize on some of Sterling's. I actually don't think that he finishes Sterling. I think Sterling is tough, and I think he'll be there for all 5 rounds. I just think that Yan is going to be able to capitalize on maybe 1, 2, 3 mistakes and be able to edge out a decision win. So I got Yan by decision, but that's a tough one. Initially, Sterling was an underdog, but the odds have kind of...
Well, from the beginning, a lot of people thought he was a live underdog. So as the fight gets closer, it makes sense that the money's starting to come in for Aljamain now making the line exactly dead even.
Agreed.